Hello, this is Stacy with Quantum Artistic. How are you today? I am going to do a swipe this time. I don't usually do swipes, but I want to try it out and see how it performs. And then I gotta go help my husband move a TV, and because we got a big TV, a big 70, 80-inch TV. And we're going to put the old 60-inch in the bedroom, and then I'm going to move the 36-inch that we've got in the bedroom into my office. Blah, 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 blah. So exciting. All right, so I'm going to do a swipe this time, and it looks to me as though I'm kind of low on the white. So maybe I'll do black, because I do love black base. I've been kind of just switching these videos out to make them into quickies. I think that, it's easier to do the quickies, but I am trying to grow the YouTube channel because I do need 100 subscribers. I'm not sure what to do. I also have a Patreon account. It's hard to decide what to actually do, how to reach people and how to entertain people. Maybe you guys can give me some ideas of what type of content you're looking for. That I may or may not even be able to provide. I don't know. This is an experiment for me. Definitely not something that I'm used to doing. I mean, I used to do a lot of quilling videos, like tutorial type ones, but really, there's so many people out there doing quilling videos, and there's only so much that you can, teach. So much of quilling is, a matter of experimentation and just learning your own style and stuff. It's hard to really say, okay, well, I want to teach you how to make tight coils. Well, I mean, that's kind of something that you have to discover on your own. It's not something that's really easy to teach. Now, I have developed my own quilling techniques here and there, and I have created quilling videos for those, but I'm not doing a lot of technique creation these days, just because I haven't had the need to. Usually when I develop a new quilling technique, it's in response to a project that I'm doing. I thought about doing some like live quilling demo videos, and I think I will. I just don't want to, it probably would end up more of like an ASMR video where you just watch someone quill and then you fall asleep because you're so bored. Quilling is definitely not one of those types of art forms where you get this instant gratification. Quilling is more, you start a project and 40 hours later you're like, oh my god, I'm finally done. But it's beautiful. Not that I don't love quilling, I absolutely love quilling. I do. Okay, so I got this nice black base. I just love these black bases. I think they are absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to do a swipe. And I want to see if I'm going to use the greens again because I have all these greens already mixed up. So what I'm going to do is just do a thin line in the center of this painting here. A swipe line. I actually have never done one of these kind of swipe out from the center, so I have no idea how this is going to turn out. It may be very, very ugly for all I know. I'm going to do some gold in the middle here. And I'm going to do my copper because I just love copper in these. I'm just going to do a single stripe of copper. And I am going to use some of this super dark brown here if I can get it to come out of the container. I have so little left that it's just not, it might just, and there's the coonhound. He's triggered. My husband must be moving about down there, and his movement is probably winding the dog up. And I want to use this Naples yellow because I really love it. I'm just going to do a very thin line of it though. Alright, I'm going to put these gloves back on all these things to preserve the paint. the green one back on. Seems like these actually keep the paint good for at least a week because I had one in here for a week. I'm gonna push that off there. Get rid of that too. That one there. I'm gonna bubble pop. Let's see how this goes. See, I've got a little piece of Yupo paper that I used for alcohol inks that I've cut. I'm not sure whether a small one works better than that, so I'm going to do small for this side and large, kind of like because I think it will give less pressure on the swipe from this side. And I'm going to do a black stripe in the middle here. And I think what I'm going to try to do is pull from this black stripe. So I'm going to try to pull the black over the rest of the colors. And one thing that I'd seen a lady do recently was to dip the end of her cards into black to get them coated so it's not fresh every time. So what I'm going to do is make a mess by making a black puddle somewhere. Actually, I've got this container is empty right here, so I'll just squirt some black down there, and I can dip the end of it. So I'm gonna go this way first. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just dip the end in there, and I'm going to swipe. I don't know whether I gotta swipe and wipe or not. I'm not really seeing much happening here. Again, nothing happening that I can see. This might be a total failure here. Swipe and wipe. Swipe and wipe. There's that. I'm gonna pull this one. I don't know, I just don't see anything. Oh. Okay, let's just see what happens when I do the other side here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll do the short one just for a test. Swipe and wipe. Swipe and wipe. Swipe and wipe. I'm gonna pull that one off. Oh, you know what? I just didn't like that. Swipe and wipe. Swipe and wipe. And then there's that. Okay, so let's see what happens here. It's developing a lot of nice cells on this side here. I just don't see a whole lot of action there, but sometimes subtle can be good. I see that this side definitely, I'm getting a concentration of cells in kind of on the first third here, and the concentration of cells is not in the same location on this side. I think it just has something to do with the depth at which the Yupo was dragging across. If this side doesn't perk up a little bit, what I'm going to do is maybe do another swipe. There we go. Oh, that's pretty. I guess this is when we just have to let it develop naturally, you know, just to kind of let it. It's very, very cool looking. Let me go ahead and put this back on autofocus, and I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see the those cells down here are really awesome. I'm so tempted to spin this, but you know, it's actually really pretty. It's very, very unique. Very, very, very unique. So I think that the dip and swipe actually seems to have given me a much different result. It's picked up a lot of the gold on here, whereas this one I didn't do the dip and swipe and I used a more shallow piece of paper. So this one definitely has different cell structure than this one. You know, whether one is better than the other, I really can't say whether I think it's better or not, but I'm interested to see what this looks like as it develops. I just wonder if tipping it is probably not the best idea. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you a... Now I'm going to set this over here to dry. Hopefully this rack is fairly level so it stays, because it's actually quite pretty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a second one, but I'm going to do it slightly differently so that I have some comparison. So let's go ahead and zoom back out. The only problem with this lens is that it... I want to... Here, I'll turn this autofocus off, and I need to zoom in to make sure it's focused. Okay, we're going to zoom back out. Okay, so let's go ahead and flood this one. I'm going to use, I wish I had some, well, I can't really do white because I've already got this all crowded up with black. So let's just do black. I think I'm going to just do straight metallics this time because I have this thing about straight metallics. I may do some of the Naples yellow too because that's really pretty. We'll do that. I'm all greened out. I like the turntable really well because you can just sit here and you can do the sides and just spin it. And I think that's very, very convenient. And then you can also check it. You can spin it around to check the sides because it's really easy to miss, especially on the corners. Yeah, this looks pretty good. The Floetrol in my mixture actually helps to make everything all self-leveling. So typically if you just kind of pat your finger around, it will within a few seconds level itself out. So you don't have to do any scraping or anything like that. There we go. All right, let me go ahead and wipe off this finger really quick. I'm gonna check this. The painting looks really good. I really like it. What am I saying? Maybe I should do pretty colors, my favorite colors. I don't know. Just gonna popping the air bubbles on the surface of this. Okay, so I'm not sure. Yeah, let's just go straight metallics. I'm gonna do bronze on the outside because it's the darkest, and I have hardly any of this made up. Yeah, look at that. I have so little bronze in this container. Come on, there you go. Just keep it going. You can do it. You can do it. There you go. There you go. I gotta make some more up. We're gonna go in here with the champagne gold. One on each side. Go ahead with the old gold. And we'll do copper. You can't get enough copper, huh? All right, so what I'm going to do with this time around is I'm going to actually try to pull from the bronze stripe, and I'm going to do the dip and swipe. I'm going to do dip and swipe from the bronze out, and see what happens. So here we go. We're dipping to get the tip of this covered in black, and we're going to swipe and wipe. We're going to dip and swipe and wipe. Oops, I just got black paint all over my sweater. We're going to dip and swipe and wipe. Dip and swipe and wipe. Dip and swipe and wipe. No, I did not do that correctly. I didn't grab from the bronze. I grabbed from the champagne gold extreme sheen. Alright, there's that. Let's go ahead and spin it over to this side so we're going to get a consistent swiping area. Swipe, dip, and swipe, and wipe. Dip, and swipe, and wipe. Dip, and swipe, and wipe. Question is, well, I mean, I guess that this whole point is to have a linear effect. So let's go ahead and, this one produced really nice cells right off the bat without having to do anything, but I'm pretty sure what we're seeing mostly here is the extreme sheen. The thing that I really don't super duper like is this central area. What I wish that I had was like a little those little things that you had to clean babies' noses out with. You go like to suck these straight things out here. I wonder how I could do that without ruining this. I don't know, that's a toughie. You know, I'm probably gonna ruin this here in a second here. I gotta figure something out. Let's see. I suppose we'll just try monkeying around with things that we shouldn't. That might have a little bit of green on it. Kind of. I wonder what happened if I just put black in there. I put some black in here, just drizzle it on these areas that I'm really not super fond of. I wonder if I can then go in later on with a paintbrush once this is dried. And oh no, not you. You are my painting nemesis. No. No, I don't want any. Whatever you're selling, I don't want any. No, all that happens is that you come in here and you jump on my paintings and then you get covered in paint and then I cry. No. Go back from whence you came, evil cat of doom. I don't know if you guys are Lord of the Rings fans, but instead of cat, oh, look what I did. Look at that, see? Every time I try to fix something, I end up screwing it up. And you probably can, you may or may not understand what I just did, but in putting this, blobbing this black down, I leaned too far and I snagged it. Now, does that really matter? I don't know. It's very cool looking. What do I do? I mean, that part, that ship has sailed. There's nothing I can do about that. I definitely like it better with this, with the black kind of covering up these areas. The lines, I think for me it was just all that the lines were bothering me. These are nice cells that have developed, you know, even in absence of any sort of silicone or anything. Anyways, I kind of like that. I like that a lot, actually. Very, very pretty. But gosh, look at that line that I made. The question is, what would happen right now if I swiped over it? You know, this is the thing. You know, I won't know unless I try, and I feel like I've screwed it up, so let's go ahead and just see what happens here. Let's see if we got cells pop back up in here. So I can see cells popping up, and that little mistake area is disappearing. As long as we get cells like the rest of this here, we'll be good. We're just going to let them slowly develop. These ones all develop very slowly. This one does too. I think this is actually very beautiful. I love the fact that this is just giving me cells without even trying. Hello, Wee. I wasn't trying to be mean to you, but you're covered in green paint from last night as it is. You were just you're a dirty kitty cat. Oops, I got drips on this. I got drips on my paintings. My husband had whipped me up some, no, you stay away from that. I don't want kitty fur in this. My husband had taken one of my drying racks and put cardboard on it so that it would not drip on the floor, but he only did one because the other one was in use, and then I didn't use that one, blah blah blah. Oh, it's looking like it's actually gonna do something here. Now I've got a shipment coming in from Michael's this upcoming week. It might be here tomorrow, but probably be Saturday. And I have some of the Deco Art satin enamel, which is supposed to make this cloud stuff. So I'm going to mix up some thicker paints. And then I'm going to do some ring pours and try to get some cloud effects. That's something that I'm very excited about. Wow, cat, you're going to die if you keep stepping out of my feet like that. My fear is that this is not going to develop as fully as the rest of it. And that I'm going to end up with... I'm going to end up with a section here that doesn't quite look right. I suppose it was a simple enough technique, I could probably just scrape it and start over. I don't know. I'm not sure what I should do there. I really, really like this pour. Although I will say that I may, if I was to scrape it, I might do more copper in the center. This kind of is like this, the color that's most dominant in this is the Extreme Sheen Champagne Gold. And that's what you're seeing all through here. everything else, there's some bronze mixed in here, and then it blends out to the copper, but the old gold is not showing up as prominently as I would have expected it. So what I probably would do at this point, because I don't know if these cells are really going to turn into matching, but I'm going to leave this for a few minutes. I'm going to come back, check it, and if it's not, if this hasn't produced a similar effect to this, so it looks very, kind of very different, what I'm going to do is scrape it, re-pour it, and next time I will not use the extreme sheen, because I just don't feel as though that it just takes over everything, and I love the gold, the old gold. So alright, so I'm going to pause the camera and I'll be back in about 15 minutes. And I'm back. So it's been about a half an hour since I tried to fix this area, and unfortunately it doesn't look close enough to the rest of it for me to just say, hey, yeah, it's done. These cells didn't open up like I wanted them to, and I'm just kind of a perfectionist like that. I don't know if maybe perfectionist is not the right word, but I'm kind of obsessive about things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape it and re-pour it. No big deal. No big deal. I feel like I want to go live again tonight to do some things, but this place is, the art room is just such a disaster. I'd like to get this thing cleaned off. I have a giant silicone mat coming tomorrow, so once that's done, I think that filming will be a lot easier because I can just transition from one project to the next by running into the bathroom, which is the next room down, clearing off that mat, and then coming back. Right now, I have to do all this scraping, and I pretty much have about, I don't know, 10 pounds of paint underneath this. So this was very pretty, and I love the concept, but oh well, these things don't always work out exactly as we planned. And because I was trying to fix something, and this is the weird thing about what happens whenever I do these paintings, but the irony is that I was trying to fix something that I didn't like. I managed to fix the thing that I didn't like, but in fixing it, I actually ruined it. And if I had just not touched it and then waited for it to dry and then painted black in those areas, it would have been fine. But I didn't. Let's go ahead and scrape it. And we wonder why I have no black paint, no white paint left. Alright, so that's pretty good there. I don't think I need to get super aggressive with the scraping. Whoops, because, get that level. Because I am just going to be just covering this with black again anyways. Alright, so let's go ahead and flood this with black again. I'm at the 2-minute mark. I know one thing, videoing chews up batteries like crazy. Let's go ahead and reflood. I have my husband on standby to get that TV mounted in the bedroom. I don't know what I'm going to do with the 60-inch TV in my bedroom because I very, very, very rarely watch TV in the bedroom. What I do is watch my tablet in the bedroom because there's something nice about a personal... I usually watch YouTube at night. I watch ASMR videos. If you haven't watched ASMR videos, it's kind of an acquired taste. I guess that I would describe ASMR videos as kind of like the licorice of the video world. You just had to be a certain type of person to like licorice. Black licorice anyways. Anyways, ASMR videos are, my husband makes fun of them. It's basically people talking and whispering into, you know, videotaping themselves talking and whispering. And it puts you to sleep because it triggers, it's called a something meridian response. I forgot what the actual technical term is, but it's something meridian something. And it's kind of like when, it's the opposite of when, oops, look at that. I lost my focus. That's irritating. Hold on a second, I'm gonna go ahead and put this down there. Focus back on it. There we go. It's kind of like the opposite of when, if someone were to run their fingernails down a chalkboard, you get the, like a, oh, cringe factor. Well, this would be the opposite of that, where it would make you feel wicked awesome inside. My husband makes fun of it. Like, he really thinks it's awful. A lot of times when I start watching it at night, he'll lay in the bed next to me and he'll just be like, I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. And it just kind of cracks me up because I tell him, I was like, well, maybe it's kind of along the lines of like, you like wrestling and I do not understand how anybody can watch wrestling and find any sort of pleasure in wrestling, because wrestling to me is just awful. Anyways, so I've been watching that. I have a few favorites. I like, my newest one is Sacred XO ASMR. And she does mouth sounds, and for some reason making sticky mouth sounds puts me to sleep. It's really weird. I would never have thought of this ever in the past. It's like if you told me a year ago that I'd be listening to ASMR videos and like really enjoying them, I'd be like, no way. Yep, I do. All right, so we're not going to do the champagne extreme sheen this time because I felt like it takes over, and I'm going to put more of the copper in the center, and I'm going to leave black space. I'm going to leave a black central area. There we go. There. There's my copper. I love copper. And I can't use bronze because I have hardly any bronze left at all. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I wonder if I should do like just a regular color, like maybe this, I don't have any squirt bottles of a, oh wait, what do I do? What's this? Here's maple jello right here. I could do like a maple jello. Just a very, very, very small amount of it here. Some part of me is like, I would love to decorate cakes for a living. This is unbleached titanium right here. Maybe we'll, or parchment. I'm not sure whether it's parchment or unbleached titanium. I'm just going to do just a hint of this. Okay, there we go. So as we did last time, I have my cup here and I'm going to dip, swipe, and wipe. Dip, swipe, and wipe. Let me blow the bubbles out of this first. Look, I got cells popping up, or maybe those are bubbles. I call them cells. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. I'm concentrating here. I'm being quiet. Not sure whether I like those light ones or not. I don't want it to kind of really, I suppose we'll leave it. Okay. Spin this baby around and we'll do the side. I'm going to do the outer edge there because that kind of just going to do the edge here. There we go, and I'm going to do this edge here too, I think. Here we go. All right, let's go ahead and torch this sucker and see what we can bring out. This is basically just popping bubbles at this point. And we'll see what happens here over the next few minutes. It seems like I need some more butane again. I've been using a lot of this butane lately. I'm actually down to my last one. I only have 4 canvases left. Well, I only have 4 10 by 10 canvases left. I do have 12. I have 12 12 by 12 canvases, and I have 5. I have probably 5, 6. I have 10 maybe of 12 by 16s, but I don't want to use the 12 by 16s because I have that purple triptych that I want to work on. So I guess the question is this one going to be as pretty as the other one? And I don't know. It's just, it's its own, it's unique. I'm tempted to force a bead of this black along the center here so that I have a nice, so that I have a definitive black spot without any sort of lines or yeah, I like that better already. I like that better. And then what I'll do is I'll touch up anything on the edge that needs to be blackened. I'll call it blackened. Alright, so this is, these cells are not opening up as nicely as the last batch, and I think the difference was that the extreme sheen makes those big pearly cells. This is a lot of, I'm seeing a lot of the Naples yellow, and I'm seeing a lot of copper, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of cells popping up. Wow, there's the cells. Wow, that's pretty intense actually. Gorgeous. All right, this one is, I'm so super satisfied with this one. Super duper satisfied. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you in so that you can see this. And then I'm gonna move this up here a little bit. There we go. And then I'm gonna go help my husband with that TV. So let's zoom in and take a peek, and I'll switch you back to autofocus. That's the whole thing. And then here we go here. Come on, refocus. It's not going to want to focus because I don't have it on an actual color. There we go. Okay, so this is the type of cell pattern that we're getting, and I think it's really unique because the ones in the very center of this piece are the copper, and then it's the gold, and then I've got streaks of this Naples yellow. So it's very interesting the way it kind of spread out from the center. Very, very pretty. I like the streaks, the streaking like this. I didn't think I was going to, but I actually do. I'm gonna come over here. Will this refocus? There you go. And it looks identical on the other side, so very, very, very stunning. The only thing is the center is not quite as even as I would hope. Maybe I can fix that by pushing like that. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those ones where you just don't want to mess with it because there's just too many lines, and the lines will not look good if you get them all moved out of place. You can already see that it's kind of spreading out where I put extra thing, and it's kind of going off the sides here. So I'm going to try to clear this off to keep anything from going down over the edge and stopping this sort of bowing. But overall, I'm very happy with it. I think it's a nice looking painting. It's pretty, very, very pretty. All right, well, I will be back probably tomorrow. I wonder if I could actually, you know, I shouldn't do these things, but I just want to see if I could do any sort of blowing to kind of push that up a little bit. Should I? No, I'm not going to. I'll be back. I will see you guys tomorrow probably, and I'll have this dried and I'll show you what it looks like dried. For some reason this does not want to focus now. I don't know why. Oh well. Why is this doing that? There we go. Okay, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.